family that enters the professional wrestling business knows about the expectations that are going to be on their back. They know about the prestige that their very name carries. They know that those who came before them have accomplished so much. Bearing the weight of those legacies can prove to be way too much for almost anyone. But that was never the case for Jimmy and Jey Uso. Jimmy and Jey Uso looked to be stars from the very start, constantly evolving their look, style, and offense as they progressed in their careers. Face paint and war dances would fade away, and the two would embrace the day one-ish mentality, looking to punish opponents and send them to the Uso penitentiary. The Usos are 8-time WWE Tag Team Champions. The Usos have main evented WrestleMania after initially fighting for a mere spot on the card. The Usos were the premier team of the 2010s. The Usos are the greatest team of all time. Jimmy and Jey are poetry in motion, each knowing what the other is looking to do next, each using every bit of savvy they gained growing up in professional wrestling to keep their edge. And sure, in recent years, it's been difficult between the two. Jimmy did cost Jey his match at SummerSlam against your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. After months of the anger building between the two, Jimmy and Jey ended up as the first two entrants in the 2024 Royal Rumble match, bringing things to a head. But even that moment wasn't enough to settle the issue, and so they would fight again at WrestleMania 40. Jey Uso truly became main event and found his inner yeet, even adding another tag team championship with Cody Rhodes as his partner. As your wise man eventually would suffer as well, Jimmy found himself betrayed by Solo Sikoa and unceremoniously dumped out of Solo's version of the Bloodline. When Jimmy and Jey are a tag team, they are pure art. They are the reason for the resurgence of tag team wrestling's popularity over the last 15 years. And perhaps, oh, perhaps, their grandest moment came during the 2017 Hell in a Cell, when they would lock horns with perhaps their greatest opposition ever, The New Day. From July to October of that year, the SmackDown Tag Team titles would change hands 4 times between the two teams, both looking for ultimate bragging rights. The Usos' connection as twins always gave them an upper hand with most teams. But the New Day had their own trick, utilizing the Freebird rule to allow any 2 of the 3 members to compete in any match. Jimmy and Jey could never know for sure who the opponents would be, with a different game plan needed for each iteration. With nothing clearly settled after 4 months, the New Day would offer to defend inside Hell in a Cell, and the Usos gladly accepted. We've seen the Usos showcase tag team wrestling at its most beautiful. Now we want you to showcase the brutality that exists within Hell in a Cell. Big E and Xavier Woods are going to use everything at their disposal to take you down. But you've been down since day one. Now it's time to force the New Day to realize there's nothing wrong with them being in second place, and there's nothing that's stopping you inside Hell in a Cell.
Oh, then the third episode again. Third episode. Generally 3-4 matches engine culture with New Day versus Usos.
It's a new day.
Yes, it is.
Are you prepared to kick off Hell in a Cell?
ഭയങ്കര weird because എപ്പോഴും ബിഗിയും കോഫി കിങ്സിനും കളിക്കുന്നത്. ഈ പ്രാവശ്യം it's കോഫി കിങ്സ് not there. It's Biggie and Xavier Woods. Keep it alive. Woods is so good. Because Jimmyക്ക് മാത്രം ഇത് കിട്ടുന്നില്ല. Jimmy should be hyped up. Like Jay already got his world heavyweight championship. Now Jimmy should be pushed. World heavyweight തന്നെ പോകണമെന്നുണ്ട്. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് US ടൈറ്റിലോ ഏതെങ്കിലും ടൈറ്റിൽ കൊടുക്കണം.
I'm loving this matchup. The best teams are facing off.
എപ്പോഴും ഞാൻ ഈ സമയത്ത് പ്രോപ്പറായി WWE കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. ഈ സമയത്ത് ഞാൻ നോക്കുന്നില്ല.
First of two Hell in a Cell matches tonight.
Restart once more.
Remember this match is under Tornado Tag Team rules, a 2-on-2 match with a pinfall or submission has to happen inside the ring. In the Hell in a Cell, no tag, no count out, no disqualification. The Usos and the New Day Kings expecting it to raise the level of competition and take history. It could be fun to forget. We're going to do Sunday Day SmackDown. The Usos and this is why it is totally different. Especially with the Usos pushing them. New Day are prepared for an all-out run. And he has an answer for Jay.
Oh, backdraft, man.
Usos called the New Day three don't act like the New Day don't throw verbal jabs either.
Oh fuck, kind of significant reversible. Fuck, I used the mind. इधर वसी इधर Okay, again this cutscene. Only cutscene skipping already condemned.
The whole complexion of this match. I don't know if I've seen New Day go to these lengths before. Well, no time to be a jovial bunch when you're in a cell.
ചെയർ എടുക്കണം. Take it to the New Day, continuing the Uso assault. ഞാനിപ്പോ ഏതാ ജിമ്മിയാണ്? ഇതാ ജിം. ഇത് കൺഫ്യൂഷൻ ആവുന്നുണ്ടല്ലോ. ഓക്കെ, അടുത്ത കസിൻ. ഈ കസിൻ ഞാൻ കണ്ടു. സൂപ്പർ ഭയങ്കര കൺഫ്യൂസിങ്. ഇപ്പൊ എനിക്ക് ഒട്ടും കൺഫ്യൂസിങ്. ഡബിൾ സൂപ്പർ
And the Usos now looking for the patented Uso splash from the top rope. The Uso splash! The cover!
Oh my, Xavier Woods. ആണ് അപ്പ് അപ്പ് ഡൗൺ നോക്കിയിരുന്നാ പോരാ. കഴിഞ്ഞ തൂക്കി മൈറൈസിൽ തീർത്താണ് അവന്.
Xavier Woods is outgunned right now. Still fights back. Yeah, with the handcuffs. Using the handcuffs as a weapon. That's smart.
And Woods now down. And trying to still fight back. What heart from Xavier Woods.
ഈ വുഡ്സ് ഒന്നും കിട്ടിയ മതിയായില്ലേ. അടുത്ത ഫിനിഷർ പോകട്ടെ. ഡബിൾ ഊസോ സ്പ്ലാഷ്. ഓക്കെ, ഇത് ജിമ്മി, മറ്റേ ജിം. Yeah, buddy. So അടുത്ത മാച്ച് ഏതാണോ എന്തോ കളിക്കാൻ. Next match, boys. Next match. One bad boys.
Next on our showcase is someone who wasn't born into this family, but has put in the time and more than earned her spot. She's always happy to leave haters in the rear view, and when she enters the room, you will undoubtedly feel the glow. Of course, I'm talking about Naomi, who many of you may know has reigned as Jimmy Uso's wife and queen for over 10 years. There's the old saying that behind every good man is an even better woman, and this could not ring more true than Naomi, who I will say is an absolute treasure. Jimmy will frequently speak during old Bloodline planning sessions about how much her support and love drove him to improve as a superstar, always stressing her importance not only to the WWE Women's Division, but to his career and his life as well. In the ring, there is no denying Naomi's skills. The former women's tag team and two-time SmackDown women's champion has the mental tenacity to push through the toughest part of any match and possesses breathtaking physical skills. Naomi uses her dancing background to constantly innovate with her offense, resulting in some of the most beautiful moves you will ever see, unless you're on the receiving end of them. Naomi is an inspiration to so many of our younger members of the WWE Universe, showing a new generation that anything is possible if you just put in the work and never stop believing in yourself. Naomi has battled against the very best in the women's division, taking on foes like Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Shayna Baszler, and Io Sky.
My favorite moment of Naomi was when she won the title in her hometown, Orlando, at WrestleMania.
To compete against that caliber and maintain the level of success that Naomi has for her entire WWE career is something worth, shall I dare say, acknowledging. Naomi has even teamed with fellow family member Tamina through the years, proving the family you choose can often be the most important. And in true Uso fashion, Naomi shows an unrelenting desire to win, to achieve greatness, and to dominate her opposition. Many mistake her smile as a sign of kindness, but they quickly realize their mistake as Naomi unleashes a flurry of kicks, flies at them with moonsaults from all angles, and then ties them up in knots. Naomi is having fun, but Naomi is never playing. And now, we take you back to the 2020 edition of Super Showdown, which saw Naomi challenge Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Unfortunately, a ridiculously lax referee decided it was just fine for Bayley to basically do whatever the hell she wanted.
Bayley, oh my gosh, she's trapping Naomi's legs in her shirt.
And Naomi wound up suffering an embarrassing loss after Bayley used wardrobe to her advantage. Well, Bayley, we can pretty much guarantee that trick won't work again. This is your chance to help guide Naomi to a third SmackDown Women's Championship, and to do it by defeating one of the greatest competitors WWE has ever seen. Your wise man has nothing but respect and admiration for Bayley's abilities, but those abilities are eclipsed by Naomi's extraordinary trinity: smarts, strength, and aerial attacks that should give all of you everything you need to get the win and the title.
Okay, now Naomi just wait. ഞാൻ ഈ മാച്ച് കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല, എനിക്ക് ഒരു ഐഡിയ ഇല്ല. പോളിനെ പറയുമ്പോഴാണ് എനിക്ക് ഓർമ്മ കിട്ടുന്നത്. ഞാൻ ഈ മാച്ച് കണ്ടു. എനിക്ക് സീസൺ ആയിട്ട് ബ്രേക്ക് ഉണ്ടാവുള്ളൂ. അങ്ങനെ കുറേ നാൾ ശേഷം ഇപ്പോഴൊക്കെയാണ്, ലൈക്ക് ലാസ്റ്റ് ഇയറാണ് പിന്നെയും കാണാൻ കഴിയും. So after COVID, I think before COVID I stopped. Then after COVID I started WrestleMania 31. I think 35. If I 41 now. 35, 36 I stopped. So we have Korean also joined.
And gentlemen, when Bayley was asked about this history-making match tonight, she said, of course I'm part of this, because history is made by winners. And I'm going to become a role model for everyone here tonight in Saudi Arabia. And the entire
Come on, നമ്മുടെ objectives എന്താണ്? SmackDown Women's Championship, and it's going to Naomi. She's going to become the third SmackDown Women's Champion. She'll be a 3-time Women's Champion.
So much of Naomi's career is predicated on history. And tonight, she has the opportunity to make even more history. Naomi's
for the opponent to screen in his eyes.
Okay, done. That's objective.
Very insulting, very humiliating to a lot of people in WWE. And that attitude is why Naomi wants to dethrone Bayley, take the SmackDown Women's Championship away from her, and maybe almost no way.
How the fuck is he doing?
We have to scrape off the board. To winning the title. Naomi going for broke. And if Byron's got the challenger might be catching the champion by surprise. The aggressor here, but remember, the title can only be won by pinfall or submission inside the ring. Oh, man. The successor is at least as his women's championship opportunity. Japanese champion Carmella. We know Naomi has a heavy desire to become a 3-time
Naomi
said she needs
yes, sir.
We know that Naomi's going to want to pick up the speed for the battle as Bayley's going to look to wear Naomi down. Yeah, Bayley's going to want to slow down the pace, let the adrenaline wear off for Naomi. Bayley can also turn up the aggression here in a way I'm not quite sure Naomi can match. And Bayley's Naomi picking up the pace against Bayley and keeping her all out of sorts. And she said, I didn't change. I just did what I had to do. Look what I've done. Well, you're right. Love it or hate it, Bayley's doing what she's had to do to maintain a stranglehold on the SmackDown Women's Championship. Did you see that? Through the air.
Bayley's going just to stop offense with a nice 10 reversal of.
Look at this. This is outrageous athleticism. What a takeover. And Naomi is taking the upper hand. Naomi continues to somehow we just witnessed. That's the kind of attitude you need to take the anchor. Look out below! Heading back into the ring now.
In the Fortnite once again.
She needs to be focused on the task at hand now. Now she's giving the crowd a chance to feast their eyes on truth.
One man, Billy. Time for the cutscene, man. The cutscene already moved on. Clearly,
Smart move by Bayley protecting her.
Going to the eyes. Oh, what a kick! Bayley is down and in trouble.
Quick thinking by Naomi, looking to close this one out.
Nobody home. Bayley wisely moves out of harm's way. What's Bayley trying to do here?
I think Bayley's trying to trap Naomi's legs in Naomi's own shirt.
वही cutscene है बॉडी में डांस
Naomi ducked underneath, and we got a standoff. Great match so far. Well, Bayley thought she had Naomi. Sounds ready. Well, the champion has to find a strategy in a hurry.
क्या देंगे? Finisher.
She doesn't want to stay there.
What the fuck? Finisher it. Okay. 2, 3, and Naomi is the next champion. Is the new SmackDown Women's Heavyweight Champion. എനിക്ക് ഇപ്പോഴാണ് മനസ്സിലായി ടീഷർട്ടിന് സൂപ്പർ ഷോ ഇത് സൗദി ഷോ അതാ ഇത് ക്രൗഡ്സിലുണ്ട് My memory is so bad now I understood now I get it അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ടീഷർട്ട് ഇട്ടതല്ലേ.
Ladies and gentlemen, if it weren't for the next two superstars in our showcase, none of this would be possible. Because without Afa and Sika, without the wild Samoans, there truly is no dynasty. While it was their father who made the blood oath with High Chief Peter Maivia, it was Afa and Sika who built the family up, training generations of relatives, all with the single goal of becoming the best professional wrestler on the face of the planet. And while the two would together be WWE Hall of Famers, based solely on their work as trainers and cultivators of the next generation, their in-ring successes only add to their immortality. Afa and Sika formed WWE's most dominant tag team of the early 1980s, fighting their way to the WWE Tag Team Championship on 3 separate occasions. Opponents were often defeated before the bell even rang to start the match, falling victim to the aura and the intimidation factor of having to step into the ring with the wild Samoans. Accompanied by Captain Lou Albano, the trio formed a masterful group that was able to take all opponents off their game, be it through Albano's devious schemes or the overpowering nature of the wild Samoans. WWE had never dealt with a team so primal, turning each match into a battle of survival. Most feared, the deadly Samoan drop, a move that has been imitated by many, but duplicated only by a chosen few.
There they are, the wild Samoans.
These are immigrants coming from the island, trying to figure it out, trying to find a way. I couldn't imagine being these men. I couldn't imagine taking on these responsibilities of setting the tone in a whole new country and then trying to break into entertainment on top of that. But they made it work. And that's what we are. We're workers. We make it work.
These tribal elders set the standard for all of their descendants to not only follow, but they also taught their descendants how to surpass it. So beloved were the two that perhaps no moment holds more significance to your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, than when he was presented the Ula Fala by his father Sika and Uncle Afa after the 2020 Hell in a Cell event. You see, it was their acknowledgement that gave Roman Reigns the unshakable confidence to continue his journey to becoming the greatest of all time.
The utmost respect, love, and gratitude for those men. Because if my father and uncle don't do what they do, we're not here.
We now humbly present to you the honor of walking in the famed footsteps of the wild Samoans, finding a tag team in WWE's long and storied history that we felt would test the Wild Samoans was not an easy task. But then, a thought came to your wise man. Why not give the audience exactly what they want? Why not put the Wild Samoans against one of the greatest tag teams of all time? Why not present Afa, Sika, the Wild Samoans versus Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys? And if we're going to go that far, let's do it in a tables match. Showcase that savage brutality that made both teams the eternal legends we know them to be. No pinfalls, no submissions, no rules. Just be the team that avoids being put through the table, and you will emerge victorious. And with these four men, you better believe that things are going to get extreme.
For him in a percentage ഭയങ്കര നല്ല കേട്ടോ. Rightly go say get the fucking table. Weird. Head swingers are there. Alpha and CK, Wild Samoans.
You can feel the electricity already. I feel the excitement and some fear too.
Someone to
That's exactly how you lose. Physical difficulty. And we've seen how they use their heads almost like concrete. They don't do much flash. They're a pound team. If they lack in offensive and nothing one-force drama, then or seek a headbutt. Using their body as an absolute weapon.
Oh fuck! Naira will reverse it.
In the Samoan wrestling era, trained how they land the Isle of Samoa, and no one deflected the flight boots on. Samoans ready for battle at the drop. Across the head of the axe handle. Stepping out of the ring here. He's out of the ring. What does he have about that?
Okay, that's interesting. Easy match, boys. Easy match. എല്ലാം കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്തു. ഈസി boys. റൈറ്റ് ആണ് ഇവൻ റോമൻ റെയിൻസിന്റെ ഫാദർ. ലെഫ്റ്റ് ഋഷിയുടെ ഫാദർ. കറക്റ്റായിട്ട് അറിയത്തില്ല. Next match, boys. This is pretty easy.
From the very moment he arrived as the enforcer of the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa has taken every brutal, savage element of his predecessors and refined them into a near-perfect smashing machine. Even in the year before his arrival, Solo raised eyebrows and garnered buzz while competing in NXT. But nobody could have predicted just how smoothly his transition to the main roster would go. And before I go on any further, let me make one thing perfectly clear. I'm only saying what I'm saying about Solo Sikoa because I am a wise man. I'm a professional. And because I'm being handsomely compensated for my stellar work as your host of the WWE 2K25 showcase. I haven't forgotten what Solo Sikoa and his rogue bloodline did to me. But I also know better than to let personal feelings hinder your professional endeavors. So with that being said, since his arrival at Clash at the Castle in 2022, Solo Sikoa has consistently been involved in WWE's biggest moments and biggest matches. He's been victorious in War Games. He's repeatedly enforced the Bloodline's will to maintain Roman Reigns' status as undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion.
I brought Solo in as an insurance policy. Solo was here to protect me. Solo was here to maintain the promised land. He's violent. He's strong, he's fast, he's all those things. And he betrayed me. Any man who would betray me must be a very dangerous man.
Solo defeated John Cena. Solo elected to betray your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, in an attempt to bestow upon himself the title of tribal chief. When I refused to acknowledge Solo as my tribal chief, you are not my tribal. He, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu put me through a table in Madison Square Garden. And that led to opportunities to compete for the undisputed WWE Heavyweight Championship. It's led to more visibility with Solo's rogue bloodline ruling over SmackDown. Every choice Solo made only furthered his standing in WWE. He has the bloodlust of the wild Samoans, the brutality of his cousin Yokozuna, and the single-minded focus of Roman Reigns, all rolled into one. There is no question the future is his for the taking, and that he will be champion many times over, and that he may set records of his own before it's all said and done. Few men have so quickly served notice to all of WWE in the manner that Solo Sikoa has done. Whether you want to acknowledge him or not is irrelevant. One way or another, Solo Sikoa forces you to do just that, or you will suffer severe consequences. One by one, each and every single superstar on the WWE roster is going to find that out. Solo will make sure of it. I, of course, will simply await any and every opportunity for your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, to teach Solo some manners. Until that happens, though, we are taking you back to the 1-year anniversary special for NXT 2.0, which saw then North American champion Carmelo Hayes, and indeed, he is him, issue an open challenge. Unfortunately for the future superstar, it was to be answered by Solo Sikoa, and things went as well for Hayes as you can probably guess. Showcase the unrelenting fury that has made Solo Sikoa nearly unstoppable and defeat Carmelo Hayes to earn Solo his first championship victory. It won't be easy against Carmelo, especially when he has Trick Williams watching his back. And if you make one mistake against the champ, he'll take his shot and most likely hit nothing but net.
ശരിക്കും പോളിമിന്റെ ഇൻട്രോ സോ ഗുഡ്. Carmelo Hayes NXT 2.0 അല്ല, ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ വാച്ചേഴ്സിന് സോളോ സിക്കോയുടെ എൻട്രൻസിലാണ് ഞാൻ വരുന്നത്. ഐ തിങ്ക് ഒരു മാച്ചും കൂടി ഈ എപ്പിസോഡിൽ അത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ബാക്കി അടുത്ത മാച്ചിനാണ്. So basically ഇത് ജിബിൻ ജെയുടെ അനിയനാണ്. His father is Kishi. I didn't know that. ശരിക്കും
But Solo Sikoa just showed up here and said, I got next. Thank goodness. Opponent showed them about the NXT universe as they voted for Wesley. Really attacked the lead backstage. Now we're being spared and getting a real match. And I would have never expected Sikoa to show up. He just joined the SmackDown, and that was in the main event of NXT.
Mix up with 3 combos of any type and Canelo in trouble.
Melo has indeed proven worthy of Seth Rollins, but he's face to face with a man who has a seat at the biggest table in WWE. Both own their styles and fire, that's for sure. Sikoa taking command, the man is obviously still in shock, but this is about too much.
Oh, damn.
Take this match as long as he needs to. That'll be a tough situation for him. He could never plan for it. There's a clear strategy. Solo Sikoa has an injury to his left knee. Solo had a brutal Falls Count Anywhere match last month here at NXT, and he just faced Drew McIntyre at SmackDown just a few days ago. But very good. Solo's knee is 100% today. Look at the power. Absolutely. We're talking about the man who's held the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship for 744 days, and the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, the Usos, who hold those titles for 4 living to our champion, doing everything to retain here. Still no end in sight here.
Okay.
And
Sikoa sent toward the ropes, and Carmelo Hayes with a kick break in the midsection.
Taking it to Sikoa here. The power of Solo just a little too much for the A-Champ in this instance. Chop.
Trademark viciousness. Lack of mercy. That's what Solo Sikoa is all about.
Into the corner. Big splash by Sikoa. Melo in trouble. Sikoa. Trick Williams making sure Melo got out of harm's way. Well, at least momentarily.
Yeah, momentarily is right. Sikoa continuing to inflict punishment on the champ.
And Hayes takes out Williams on the outside. Solo standing strong.
Solo not allowing the presence of Trick Williams to distract him whatsoever. Solo's the mindset to destroy
Once you have gotten down, stretch cover over the ground, some championship. He's gonna give his throwing everything. Take him off his pace by either reversing or breaking. Okay, good. Never move on. It's a fucking signature. Wait, I didn't know that. Oh, other
save that North American title. Yeah, but Sikoa did the same thing for Roman Reigns. The classic castle. Sikoa had his hands too. Got him in the corner now.
it's a cutscene.
Ripped out of the corner. Looking to put him away, and now Trick Williams up on the apron, causing a distraction. Trick paying dividends. Ooh. First 48.
And that could be the turning point for the North American champion.
Oh, Samoa drop by Sikoa. Cover now for the win. Hayes kicks it too. And Williams once again on the apron.
You can see how concerned Trick Williams is that Carmelo Hayes' championship hopes, might be fading away.
Super kick drops Williams. Hayes picked out of the sky. Spinning Solo.
Is that it for Carmelo Hayes? Trick is out. Carmelo is dazed.
One, two, three. Solo Sikoa wins. The match about a Bloodline till now. I like the Jimmy and Jey Uso match. I did like this match. Head slingers, okay. എനിക്ക് ചില മാച്ചസ് ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ടില്ല. ചില മാച്ച് ചുമ്മാ ഒരു എല്ലാവരും കാണിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ചമിനിയുടെ മാച്ച് അടിപൊളി. Kamila's match is too good. I really like it.
I ain't doing this one. We can have all the fun we want with these video games and this showcase and these fantasy matchups like Offensica versus Bubba Ray and Devon. I'm not doing shtick about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. That's a little too volatile. And it's way too personal for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins came up together in the Shield. And Seth Rollins took it upon himself to disband the Shield by blindsiding Roman Reigns with a chair. At WrestleMania 31, Roman Reigns, in the main event of WrestleMania, was about to win the WWE title when Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank and stole the main event, the match, and the title from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns lost the undisputed championship after almost 4 years, the greatest title reign of all time, to Cody Rhodes. Not because Cody Rhodes was the better man, but because Seth Rollins was right there. And the seduction, the bloodlust that Roman Reigns had for that moment of revenge was too much for Roman Reigns to give up. And for the first time in Roman Reigns' life, he took his eye off the ball for that much time and smashed Seth Rollins with a chair, the same way Seth did a decade earlier to Roman. And that moment gave Cody Rhodes all he needed to end the most historic title reign in WWE history. I'm supposed to do shtick about Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for a showcase? I mean, it's smart, because the next time Roman Reigns steps into the ring with Seth Rollins will be the last time Seth Rollins steps into a ring. Next time Roman Reigns gets his hands on Seth Rollins, you won't have your architect anymore. You won't have your visionary anymore. You won't have your revolutionary anymore. You will have your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, but you'll never again have Seth freaking Rollins. Roman Reigns will put an end to Seth Rollins in WWE. And then the only way you'll ever be able to see Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins will be in the WWE 2K25 showcase. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins from the 2022 Royal Rumble. And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
The big question as we kick off Royal Rumble, will Roman survive?
എനിക്കൊന്നേ പറയാനുള്ളൂ. Even though Roman Reigns wins this match, because I'm playing with it, I'm always day one Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins played best heel member is Dean Ambrose. After Dean Ambrose is Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns is too much pushed. He officially, I like the tribal chief character. But tribal chief character alone. എനിക്ക് കമ്പാരിറ്റീവ്ലി ഡീൻ ആംബ്രോസ് ഫസ്റ്റ് ഈസ് ദ ബെസ്റ്റ്. ഡീൻ ആംബ്രോസ് Seth Rollins ഫ്യൂഡൊക്കെ ഭയങ്കര നല്ലതാണ്. മണി ഇൻ ദ ബാങ്കിൽ പെയിൻ്റ് ഒക്കെ ഇടുന്നത്. സെത്ത് ഇസ് വൺ ഓഫ് ദ ബെസ്റ്റ്. 2015 എന്ത് നല്ലതായിരുന്നു. റിംഗ് വർക്ക് നല്ലതായിട്ടുണ്ട്. Roman Reigns tribal chief is true, that aura is there. പക്ഷെ എന്നാലും Seth Rollins any day. remember this match just to play with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns mind pakkaakkan vendi and shield in attire it shield song varnu crowdy crazy. That's why it's across the visionary. It's too good.
You can't help but think back to the glory days of when the Shield would go to town, beating everybody down.
Until that man right there, Seth freaking Rollins, decided to tear it apart. Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well. He knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion. He knew there was one thing that Reigns will never get over, and that is that Seth Rollins chose to end the Shield. The infamous blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair many years ago, which broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Well, It's been interesting watching Reigns
There can be no mercy for Seth Rollins. Focusing on his head or neck until mortal damage is done. Put Rollins in the corner and devastating with 3 corner strikes. Okay?
But he's even more comfortable inside the head of the Chief.
We haven't seen Roman get this type of confusion.
He might not acknowledge you yet, but he will after you anoint him with a heavy combo.
This one. And that's just sickening to me, Cole. Reigns had just caught for 5 pounds, right back to his own client. Heyman has zero loyalty to the Bloodline.
Okay, Corey, did you forget the fact that Roman
Just needs to forget all that night.
Heavy combos. Okay, hubby. Okay, Allah. Idle reversal. Oh, what's too early?
Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens defeated the Usos. Jimmy and Jay on far to the ringside. Nothing moves as Rollins would have lost his title opportunity had that match come up the middle, bro.
It's fucking signature. It's better. But still under the tribal chief. Aura's too much.
Caught him. Wait a minute.
Wait, how the fuck is he reversing all my shots? Reversed. Stunned. I can't do anything stunned. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞില്ല. ഹെവി കോംബോ എങ്ങനെ അടിക്കുന്നത്?
There's one more fucking shot. Has something else in mind now. admit, it's a pretty cool move
to just take the years of history of the Shield and turn it into a joke here tonight.
It's appalling, Saxton. Rollins has always treated that sacred history as a joke. Now he knows that Roman Reigns is a loyal man, a family man. What Seth Rollins did to his family 8 years ago was cowardly. Now it's time for Rollins to pay. Oh, man, beating the barricade. No, what you did to me. Don't do this. I'm up for the barricade. Connected perfectly. This could be just what they needed. The stop has been so effective for Rollins. He might have the more dangerous move this night with the pedigree. Indeed, the pedigree is made famous by a man who started his story. Became something of a thought for the years.
Oh, it's a fucking ring. I was like, why? I'm not getting that type. Reverse of what is happening?
Tossed by the neck. The tribal chief has been dominant for 116 days since he captured the Universal Championship. Month after month, he's dominated every time on the SmackDown roster. Roman Reigns has made big names over the last year and a half. Braun Strowman, Rey Mysterio, even John Cena. But Reigns has to be bothered by the fact that he has never been able to knock off Rollins in a premium box.
How the fuck does he reverse all night?
No time to waste being shocked. You've got to maintain pressure from the jump-breaker long flyer. Reigns just imposing his will right now. And you can see Seth is getting blown into the ground.
Okay, once more.
Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns is there.
Cleared out
Right there.
Now get set back in the ring and continue the sub. Your signature Superman showcase Superman kick time.
Seth is in command of this match. The power and rage of the tribal chief is just overwhelming Rollins here. Roman is in the zone and the opposition knows. He's got a picture-perfect opportunity here. No sign of hesitation, and that risk gained big rewards. Soon be the line of fire here. Who cares about the table? And Seth freaking Rollins.
Okay, you're right. What the fuck? Okay, next.
Reigns just fully established his position at the head of the table with that attack. He gets discarded out of the ring. He wants this fight on the outside.
We know you can't stand his laugh, his cocky grin, so get who's fighting all your anger. Just one
vision for Rollins. The only thing the Tribal Chief is seeing right now is Reigns. And heaven have mercy on Reigns, old Shield brother now. This match could just make the W.
Inside it, ആരെങ്കിലും പറയാ പോരെ. Time for the cutting. ഇത് മറ്റേ ഷെയർ കട്ടിങ് ആയിരിക്കും.
Roman Reigns out of nowhere with a spear.
That could end it for Rollins if Roman could just make the cover. Roman trying to fight through the pain. Oh my, guys, look at what Rollins is doing.
This fucking architect, man. Rollins shield pose ഒക്കെ ചെയ്യുന്നു.
After all these two have been through, Rollins wants that shield fist bump.
Reigns shaking it off as Rollins continues to try to play mind games.
Yeah, but that may have triggered a litany of emotions within the Tribal Chief. Reigns unsure of what to do.
Roman Reigns determining what to do now. Will he slay his former brother? Reigns now. Look, gonna lock in the guillotine. Submission
Well, there's your answer.
Submission move locked in.
Rollins in major peril right now. Rollins looking like he's starting to fade. Seth trying desperately to make it to the bottom rope. I'm not sure he can make it, Corey.
Trying to make it to the rope to force some sort of break. Seth trying to hang on. How can he do this here? Is Rollins going to tap there? What's Rollins going to do? Is he going to tap out?
Well, he makes it.
What the fuck did that referee do?
There's a 5 count to break the hold.
എന്ത് മൈരാ റെഫറി കാണിച്ചേ? I don't remember that. Referee തന്നെ അവന് കൈയെടുത്തിട്ടോ. It looked very fake. പുതിയ ഒബ്ജക്റ്റീവ്സ് ഉണ്ടോ?
Rollins just motionless now. Roman had the guillotine locked in far too long. The oxygen slowly circulating through Seth again, but I feel it's just a matter of time. The fun games Rollins has been playing has pushed the Tribal Chief to attack him. Big punches. Into the corner he goes.
Okay, super finisher time. I don't think any super finisher can be reversed. 1, 2, 3. And Roman Reigns is the winner. ഞാൻ ഇപ്പോഴൊരു കാര്യം ആലോചിച്ചത് അതിൻ്റെ ഫസ്റ്റ് മാച്ച് ഒരു കട്ട് സീൻ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു സോളസിക്കോട്. അത് ഞാൻ ചെയ്യണം. the GOAT. Not my GOAT. That's what everyone says. He showcased many to one of my items during the first match, and I was checking out those videos. Okay, bonus matches are repeat. Okay, I finished everything. Okay, video library, I didn't see the video. Intro in. Okay, the end match. Should I watch it last? I'll watch it now.
Sikoa lifting Cody Rhodes up. Of Roman. Over to the leg. Cody somehow survived. Are you kidding me? How did Rhodes survive?
Desire. Corey. Grit is how, Corey. This is how bad Cody Rhodes wants to finish his story. What the? It can't be! It is! John Cena's here! Cena's at WrestleMania! A saving grace for Cody Rhodes. John Cena here to fight off Solo Sikoa. Solo sent crashing to the outside, courtesy of the franchise.
Yes, my goat. And the goat. What the fuck? Reversed it. Okay, wait. Oh my. What the fuck is happening here, dude? I'm in full confusion. Why the fuck is Roman involved in this? For Roman. Wait, man. Cody won't help you on. Okay. Oh, at last. Hey, I still don't get it. Cody won't help. Why am I not fucking getting it? Oh, at last. എത്ര ടൈം എടുത്തു. I still don't know watching this at night. എന്ത് നല്ലതായിരുന്നു. നല്ലൊരു എൻഡിങ് ആയിരുന്നു. നല്ലൊരു എൻഡിങ് കിട്ടിയത്. മൈ ഗോഡ് ഞാനല്ല ഫയൽ ബോസ് എന്നല്ല.
Now this is a WrestleMania moment. Rock and Cena face to face, feeding off the electricity of this crowd. This is absolutely surreal.
Cotton. Rock bottom. അവിടെ അണ്ടർടേക്കർ
And Cena is down. And now the Rock taking off the Mama Rose landing. He's going to use it.
അണ്ടർടേക്കർ നേരെ ഞാൻ മറന്നു എന്ത്
No way.
എനിക്ക് തോന്നുന്നു ശരിക്കും വിചാരിച്ചു ബീനാമ്പ്രോട്ട് വരുന്ന പെട്രോൾ അതാണ് എൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും ഇഷ്ടം ഫേവറേറ്റ് ഷീൽ നമ്പർ ബീനാമ്പ്രോസ്
It's Seth Rollins. It's Superman Platform Reigns intercepts Rollins is out here. The old Shield gear. The Great One face to face with the Reaper at WrestleMania. With the Rock, Chop Slam. The Undertaker back in WrestleMania. Unreal.
More than Undertaker, Stone Cold than I know WrestleMania is Undertaker, but Rock in the biggest opponent is always Stone Cold. Rock in the
Cody Rhodes.
Could have been choosing.
And this could be disastrous for the American Nightmare.
Crossroads. And another Crossroads. Looking for the trifecta now. Finish the story.
Everybody seems to think that WrestleMania 40 was the night the Bloodline ended. But anyone who knows this knows that it's going to take more than one bad night to bring us down. If anything, we're just getting started.